So repeat with me. You may use these cues to answer the questions. Hiccups, contraction of diaphragm. Hiccups means contraction of diaphragm. We yawn because of the deficiency of oxygen in blood. We yawn because of the deficiency of oxygen in blood. Dogs pant to cool down. Dogs pant to cool down. So this is how we will, when somebody asks us a question, we should have the words to explain and express ourselves. So this is to explain this. So let's look at the next one. How or why is the sky blue? We had looked at some of the questions in the beginning of this chapter. Do you remember that? Look at that. So now you have to find out, what's the question? First question, why does the moon change shape? Why do we yawn? You know the answer now. We yawn because there is a lack of oxygen in our lungs. So we yawn to take in more oxygen. So now another question will be, why does the sky look blue? Okay. Why can owls see in the dark? Why do the seasons change? Why does the sun set? So we'll look at one of the questions. Okay. So we were listening to the conversation between Janki and Prachi. Let's listen to that again and repeat with me. We are going to listen and practice how to ask questions about something. So just listen again. So repeat with me, please. This is on page number 51. Page number 51, C1. So listen to the conversation between Janki and Prachi again and ask your partner to tell you why we hiccup, yawn, or why dogs pant. You may ask him or her other questions as well. You can reverse roles after he or she has answered the questions. So we looked at some of the questions at the beginning of the chapter. What was that? It was about why do. So you can ask some of these questions. We looked at these questions at the beginning. So you will listen to the conversation and you can ask these questions and repeat the answers. Okay. So what are the questions here? Have you ever wondered why the sky appears blue or why we sometimes see a rainbow when it rains? So you can work in pairs. You're trying to answer these questions with your partner. So What can you ask? When you are asking about the sky, why does the sky appear blue? What can you tell? So we can say, why does the sky appear blue? The blue skies, the reason for the blue skies is because when light hits our atmosphere, what is the atmosphere? It's the atmosphere covers our earth and we can breathe in oxygen because we have the atmosphere. So when light hits our atmosphere, it separates into all its colors. What are the colors of light? Yes, there are 7 colors. You know the 7 colors? You can remember it easily with the Vibgyor: violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange, red. Vibgyor. So when light hits our atmosphere, it separates into all its colors, all its 7 colors. But the blue light scatters, making the sky appear blue. And when the sky appears blue, it's because the blue light scatters, but the rest of it reaches our eyes as white light. So only the blue scatters everywhere and we can see the blue sky. That's why. So you can see the picture here. It shows when light goes through any prism. That's how it's prism, or it can be rain, water particles. It can be anything through the air. There will be particles in the air. So when it passes through that, it is seen as that is the reason why we see rainbow. Why do we see rainbow? This is the same reason why we see rainbow in the sky after there is a rain. You can see a rainbow because all the white light goes through the water particles and it becomes like you see that 7 colors, and that is the reason. So you can ask questions and you can answer. This is how you will ask question and answer. So hope you will just continue with the other questions, find out the answers and ask the questions and answer. So dear children, whenever we want to ask something, how do we do that? Let's look at the presentation tips. This is on page number 51, C2. So repeat with me. Ask and answer. Ask and answer. Presentation tips. When you want to find out information about something from someone you don't know, it is polite to use "excuse me" to call out to the person and follow it up with your request or question. For example, "Excuse me, could you please tell me where's the restroom?" So, whenever we want to talk to somebody and we don't know their name, we can always approach somebody and ask them politely, "Excuse me." So, you can just say the word "excuse me" and start talking. So, is that understood? So, that's a polite way of talking. Okay? So, if you were in school, you could imagine you are an alien. What is an alien? Alien is something that we believe to be an imaginary being that is from outer space. So we have so many planets. So we live on Earth, and the aliens, they come from outer space, and we imagine that they are living in the other planets. But I think, I don't know. No, nobody knows for sure. There are no aliens. So we all have imagination. So let's imagine and work in pairs. How will you talk with your partner? So repeat with me. Work in pairs. Imagine you are an alien visiting a boy's house on Earth. Ask him about the new things you see at his house. So whatever you see at his home, you're going to ask him. You may ask about the television, the radio, the mobile phone, washing machine, car, bicycle, etc. You can reverse roles after he or she has answered the questions. So what are the questions you can use? What is this? You can ask about, if you are asking about the mobile phone, you can ask, what is this? How do you use it? What is it made of? Is it really useful? What does it do? Where did you get it from? So these are all questions you can ask about something. The same way you can ask about the television, the radio, the washing machine, the car, or the bicycle. Okay? So that's how you use some of the questions you will use to ask about something. So we are on page number 52, role play, C3. Role play, here again we have the role play where you can be a person and you're talking, imaginary. So you are at home. If you can't do this, you can just practice in front of the mirror. That's the best way to improve your English fluency. Suppose you don't have anybody to listen to you, you just role play in front of the mirror. So it's not a problem. So, but you must practice, imitate whatever we are doing here in class. Imitate whatever, nobody's going to bother. Don't worry about being, if somebody makes fun of you, close the door and sit inside, go inside in front of a mirror and then start talking. Okay? So, now what is this? You have to work in pairs. We are not in school. We can't do this in pairs. So you will imitate the following situation in front of the mirror. So for all the work in pairs, we are going to say imitate in front of the mirror. So your neighbor Ravi wants to borrow your bicycle. Repeat with me. Your neighbor Ravi wants to borrow your bicycle, but you can't lend it to him. What is lending it? You can't give it to him. So apologize to Ravi and give a reason for why you can't lend him your bicycle. So Ravi wants to play with your bicycle and you can't give it. Why? So you should be polite. So let's look at this. So you are Ravi? No. Yes. Okay. So now you are asking, hello Raman, can I borrow your bicycle? So you say, sorry, I can't lend it to you because I have to get it repaired. So that's a reason. Okay. So we looked at one situation where the partner is asking for something. Now practice another such situation with your partner. So I have told you, we don't do any of these role plays. We will practice in front of the mirror and you will just improve your speaking and fluency by practicing and imitating in front of the mirror. Okay. So repeat with me. Now practice another such situation with your partner. For example, your friend needs to borrow your color box. What will you do? So you can say, when your friend asks you, can I borrow your color box please? So you can say, if you can't give it because it's not intact, you can say, I'm sorry, but my color box, it's all the pencil points are broken. Or you can say, my color box, most of it I've used it up. I don't know whether it will be useful. You can use it if you find it useful. So next one, we use expressions like these. We are going to practice telling this. So repeat with me. Grammar guide. Interesting language points. We use expressions like, I would love to, but I'm a little busy that day. Or you can say, I have some other very important work, when you have to refuse an invitation politely. So that's how you say politely. Or you can say, I would love to help you. If you're going to ask, somebody is going to ask for some help and you can't do it right away, then you will say, I would love to help you, but I'm a little busy right now. Or you can say, can I do it a bit later if you don't mind? These are some polite expressions for expressing the inability to do something. So whenever you are telling something, you can say, okay, I'm sorry, can I do it after some time if you don't mind?
Listen and repeat the words given below. Notice how the letters in red are pronounced.
Beginning, pinned, dinner, finishing, miniature, inner, insert, kind, digging, biggest, figure, igloo, slippers, gripping, diplomat, tiptoe, litter, bitter, fitting, pitter, bid, liquid, splendid, solid.
Listen and repeat the words given below. Pay attention to the sound of the letters marked in red for each word in your book.
Beginning, pinned, dinner, finishing, miniature, inner, insert, kind, digging, biggest, figure, igloo, slippers, gripping, diplomat, tiptoe, litter, bitter, fitting, pitter, bid, liquid, splendid, solid.
Now, dear children, I hope you are all repeating. There's no point in listening to all this if you are not repeating. You have to repeat all the words that are said. When you are listening to the audio clips and to the video, you have to repeat them. Okay? So now listen to these words. Some words are pronounced incorrectly. So you have to underline the incorrect pronunciation. Listen to the words and underline the ones that are not pronounced correctly. We shall discuss the correct ones after you listen to this.
Listen to the words and underline the ones that are not pronounced correctly.
Time, slippers, kits, sing, winners, lighter, tiptoe, dig, whiz, twig, skit, pity, kin, flip, ship, middle, finish, fizz, lit, title.
So, did you notice which words are correct and which words are pronounced incorrectly? Hope you got the answer. Do you want to see the answer key? Okay, here's the answer key. Okay, what are the correct words? Yes, tin. Repeat with me. Tin, slippers, chits, sing, winners, litter, tiptoe, dig, wig, twig, skit, pity, chin, flip, sip, middle, finish, fig, lit, title.
Work in pairs. Listen to the conversation between Bharat and his parents. Then work with your partner to ask and answer the questions that follow.
Look, Bharat, Your mother is back.
Mummy,
Bharat, where were you? I was so worried for you when you didn't come back on time.
Mummy, I am.
Do you know? I called up the school, searched for you everywhere, and your father is also late today.
I'm sorry, dear. My car broke down in the middle of the road. I tried fixing it but couldn't. So I had to go 2 kilometers back to get a mechanic to get it fixed. Meanwhile, my cell phone batteries also died. But Bharat has a better reason. You will be proud of him when you hear his reason.
And that is?
Mummy, I am sorry that you had to worry so much. I was coming home from school on cycle. Jagdish was also with me. It was very hot, even at 4 o'clock in the evening.
Okay.
We saw an old man lying on the road. He was unconscious. We were puzzled. There was nobody nearby.
Then what did you do?
We didn't know what to do. Jagdish suggested that we should give him some water. There was little water in our bottles. We sprinkled it upon him and he regained consciousness after a while.
Oh dear. He would have got a heat stroke. Then?
That's what it was. But he was too weak to walk. We didn't have a phone and there was no one nearby. We went to a hospital which was a little far. We asked them for an ambulance. It took him to the hospital.
How is he now?
The doctors gave him medicines and fluids. He is better now. His family members came to take him home.
Didn't he have a phone?
No, he had left it at home. He had left home for a stroll and lost his way.
Oh dear. I am so proud of you.
Okay, let's go through this once more. Repeat with me. Interacting and communicating. Interacting and communicating. Ask and answer. Work in pairs. Listen to the conversation between Bharat and his parents. Repeat with me, please. So we are not working in pairs, okay? We are going to role play in front of the mirror. So listen to the conversation between Bharat and his parents. Then work with your partner. That is, you stand in front of the mirror and ask and answer the questions that follow. So what is that? What is a picture? Yes. Then what did you do? We saw an old man lying on the road. He was unconscious. We were puzzled. There was nobody nearby. So let's look at the questions. And why was Bharat's mother angry with him? Repeat with me. Why was Bharat's mother angry with him? What did his mother do when Bharat was late? Now third one. Why was Bharat's father late? What did Bharat see while returning from school? Now fifth one. What did Bharat and Jagdish do to help the old man? Can you see that? To help. It is to help the old man. Okay, now listen once again. I want you to listen and complete this. So here is a fun activity and you have to do this following tongue twisters. You can repeat this and see how many of these you can get right. The fun part is that you can say this with your friends if they were at home or in school. But now you can just practice in front of the mirror. So first one is ripe white wheat, reapers reap ripe white wheat, right? So you have to say this tongue twister as quick as you can. Ripe white wheat, reapers ripe white wheat, right? So next one is sure sir, the ship sure ship shape sir. Sure sir, the ship sure ship shape sir. Sure sir, the ship sure. It's alright, you can just try this and just enjoy yourself. Big black bug bit a big black bear and made the big black bear bleed blood. So it is a tongue twister for just having fun. So try to say this as quickly as you can. So till the next class, stay safe children. Bye. Take care. God bless you all.